Hey guys, welcome back to the Diana Budget Challenge, where I will be taking a Diana starter deck and building it up to the point where the goal is to win locals sometime before the end of the season, and we're working on a budget of about $20. So, my name's Travis from Frostbind Gaming, and let's get into it. So this week was fairly basic, and not to spoil too much, next week will probably be a little basic as well for multiple reasons. So for one, we're obviously working with a budget of $20. So at MSRP of $15, the Diana starter deck ate up 3/4 of our budget for this week, and due to a lack of supply at our local game store, they were able to fulfill all of their orders, and after that they didn't really have any product left for the store. So due to that, I was left with the option to dig through the bulk bin and try to find a couple things, although there wasn't too much DTR bulk there to really dig through, so I opted not to. I just decided to drop the $5 that was left over into the Bank of Sylvie for later on this month when I go to look at more expensive singles for the deck that aren't considered bulk. So that's where we're at right now. I have a basic starter deck. We had a starter deck tournament at our local game store this past weekend. It was an unranked event, obviously, because the season does not start until, I believe, this weekend. So there really wasn't much going on there. It was your average chaotic starter deck tournament, and there's really not much to report, so I don't really have a tournament report for you guys or anything like that's super interesting, because you're either going to mirror match up against Diana and just try to outpace the other one or find that opening to get through, or you're going to play up against CL, who's either going to cave in if they didn't open what they need, or they're going to open what they need and just like bonk you with big attacks before you can do anything. So that's what it comes down to in terms of an unmodified starter deck tournament type deal. So that's basically it as far as that goes for week one. I am going to delve into just a quick little glimpse into the future here. So next week's investment is we're looking to pick up a second starter deck, because normally, and Grand Archive did put out like a release about this and everything, saying, you know, that it wasn't intended to be this way, and things should return to normal for future starter deck releases. But for this one, there was a mistake where normally you can pick up one starter deck and just have a full play set of all of the starter deck exclusive cards. In this case, that we did not have that, so I have to purchase a second starter deck to have play sets of everything that I need, which is kind of lucky that I only have to get 2, whereas Seal would have to get 4 if that were the the case. So I'm kind of happy I only have to get 2 there. But the cards we're mainly looking for, I have 2 listed here on screen. There's a third one. We're looking at Spell Shot, and we're looking at Guided Starlight. There was 2 of each of those in the starter deck, and then there was I can't remember the name off the top of my head. The new water card that lets you glimpse and makes you distant. It came as a 3 of in the starter deck. We need 1 more copy of that. So we're looking to round out our play sets of the good cards, and maybe look into picking up some commons and uncommons if there's bulk next week, to get rid of some of the stuff in the starter deck that we really don't need in there, that was kind of more filler. So that's kind of the plan there. is next week. We're gonna get our second starter deck, so I can max out my play sets and of cards that I want to have play sets of in the deck, and just kind of go from there. And then at the end of the month, you know, we'll see what we're left with and what we can order to help us increase the deck, or increase the deck's capabilities. So you can look forward to that. I will have Dalton here at some point this week, and he will hit his budget challenge update. I don't know exactly what his plan of action is to do there, but you guys can look forward to that. So that's all I have for you for today. Sorry, it's kind of a really quick, short video. These will get more in depth as we go on. Once I start having tournament reports and I can kind of go down the matchups and explain, like, oh, this worked, this didn't work, things like that. So they should get a little more exciting here in the coming weeks. So, but anywho, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys coming and checking things out. All I can ask is to, you know, if you like what you see, drop a like, maybe leave a comment, something you might want to see us cover or do on the channel in the near future. And as always, subscribe. It really helps out a lot. We're trying to climb that ladder so we can start doing live stream stuff and bring you guys a lot more content. Right now, YouTube has us kind of limited. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys on the next one.